Garcia.
Here.
Board Member Porter.
Here.
Board Member Murphy. Present. Board Member Love.
Here.
Board Member McKee.
Here.
Board Member Wilson.
Present.
Board Chair Hull.
Here.
You have 7 in the front.
Thank you. We do have a quorum. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Thank you. You may be seated. We are now on to the spotlight on the arts. This month's spotlight is on Central High School. Award-winning jazz. And this award-winning director, Dr. Ollie Liddell. We also want to recognize Lottie Perez, our World Language Teacher of the Year from Germantown High School. First, we have a performance by the Central High School's award-winning jazz ensemble and its award-winning director, Mr. Ollie Liddell. This jazz ensemble is the current recipient of the Winston Marcellus Essentially Ellington Award. Led by Dr. Ollie Liddell, the jazz ensemble was selected as one of 30 jazz ensembles worldwide to attend. Dr. Liddell, is one of the district's best kept secrets. He pours his passion for music and excellence into all his students at Central High School. His jazz ensemble is one of the best this country has to offer. We are happy to have Dr. Liddell, the 2024 Country Music Educator of the Year, and our president again, for leading his students in our community to greatness. This is the District 1 by very own board member of the Kids District. We have a presentation for them. Please show the presentation attached while the students are playing.
Does anyone else feel like they went back to the Cotton Club and Harvard? That was amazing. Thank you all so much. District 1, please sit the lights.
We would also like to thank Principal Maples from Central High. Central High. Now we're proud to announce to honor the following teachers. Lillian Torres, our world language teacher of the year from Germantown High School. At the University of Memphis Language Fair held in March of 2025. She was selected by her peers for their wonderful award. Thank you. Germantown High School. We would also like to highlight the following teachers. These social studies teachers won Teacher of the Year from the TCSS conference held in March. The TCSS stands for Tennessee Council for Social Studies. Our teachers took home 3 awards, one in each grade band. Trina White, Somerville, and elementary social studies teachers. And Cindy Hill, year. Awards came from the Social Studies Department. Congratulations. Eddie Walsh, a middle school social studies teacher at Grizzly Prep. Sworn out tonight. Amy working in Central High School. We want to celebrate all award-winning teachers and their students' accomplishments. Greatness grows here. We are now on to the approval of the agenda. Are there any amendments? Interim Superintendent Richmond.
Yes, Board Chair Coleman, we'd like to add to the discussion tonight the Excel Center and the reverter clause for Promise Hallelujah.
So we're adding 9.24. Board members? There being no further amendments to the agenda, is there a motion for the approval and a second? Motion. Second. Motion by Vice Chair Love, second by, I heard a lot of things. Board Member Otay. Tonight in the chair, oh, I'm sorry, roll call vote.
Board Member McKissick. Aye. Board Member Garcia.
Aye.
Board Member Porter. Board Member Murphy. Aye. Board Member Love. Board Member McKinney. Board Member O'Kay. Board Member Williams. Board Chair Coleman.
Aye.
We have 9 in the affirmative.
Thank you, that motion passed. Correction is 9.25, 9.26. Now on to the chair's report, and there's a statement that I would like to make on this evening. And it goes, I would like to take the time on behalf of the board to address the recent social media comments made in a private online chat between board members Tawana Murphy and a community member. This is in line with our board policy, which includes steps for addressing violations made by board members and the actions we can take as a board. Policy 0023 states, as board chair, I am responsible for initially having a private conversation with the board member, which I have done. The second step is for the full board to discuss the item in public, which we plan to do today. The third and final step is potentially issuing a censure by this body if there is another infraction. As duly elected members of the Shelby County Board of Education, we are held to a higher standard of decorum and professionalism at all times. Sometimes we fall short. Board Member Murphy made comments no board member condones. In an environment where immigration issues and immigrant students and families are fearful of deportation, her comments, as she has publicly acknowledged, were insensitive and inappropriate. On behalf of all members of this board, I want to publicly apologize for the hurt and frustration this may have caused the community to feel. We also want to assure the public we will continue to see that such matters seriously and hold each other accountable. We want to further assure that we all remain committed to serving the people to whom we answer, our constituents, with the highest standards of dignity, professionalism, and respect. This is not the time for the community of board members to be divided with all the work we must do to educate our children. We are committed to being partners with the community in all things education. We look forward to working with all parties to move our school system forward on behalf of all children and families. At this time, Board Member Murphy would like to make comments.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to start by taking full responsibility for the manner in which I responded to a community member during a private online chat. I acknowledge that such behavior is unacceptable, and I sincerely apologize to my colleagues and to the community at large. I understand that as an elected official, I represent all constituents, and it is my obligation to do so with respect and professionalism. professionalism, even especially when confronted with disagreements or criticisms from the people who I have the privilege to serve. I am committed to using this experience as a valuable lesson in my journey towards my personal goals to lead with professionalism and compassion. I look forward to working together to make our school system the best it can be for all of our students and our families, without unnecessary distractions and with full focus on the important mission of educating our children with respect, dignity, and professionalism. Thank you again, and I apologize for my actions. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we will have this interpreter.
Quiero comenzar. Quiero comenzar por tomar completa responsabilidad por mi comportamiento en cual respondí a un miembro de la comunidad durante una charla privada en línea. He comprendido que tal comportamiento es inaceptable y me disculpo sinceramente con mis colegas y toda la comunidad. Yo entiendo que como oficial electo, yo represento a todos los constituyentes y es mi obligación en hacerlo con respeto y profesionalismo, especialmente cuando se confrontan con faltas de respeto y críticas de personas que tengo el privilegio de servir. Me comprometo a aprender de esta experiencia como una lección de mi objetivo personal en liderar con profesionalismo y compasión. Espero trabajar juntos para hacer de nuestros sistemas escolar que nuestros estudiantes y nuestras escuelas sean el mejor para todos nuestros estudiantes y familias, sin necesidad de distracciones y con el enfoque en la misión importante de educar a nuestros niños con respeto, dignidad y profesionalismo.
Thank you. Thank you. We're now on to the superintendent's report. Interim Superintendent Richmond.
Don't have any report tonight.
We're now on to the agenda of the staff action items. The first item, 9.1, approval YMCA of Memphis and the Mid-South. Interim Superintendent.
Board Chair has recommended the Shelby County Board of Education approve the contract for the YMCA of Memphis and the Mid-South for Summer Learning Academy requiring after-child care services in the amount not to exceed $1,399,000 for summer 2025.
9.2, approval clinical affiliation agreement between the University of Psychology Program and Memphis-Shelby County Schools.
Board Chair has recommended that the Shelby County Board of Education approve a 5-year affiliation agreement with the University of Memphis Department of Psychology at a no cost to either program to assist in training and recruitment of licensed school psychologists to address the staffing needs of MSCS.
9.3, approval Department of Exceptional Education Technology refresh laptops.
Board Chair has recommended that the Shelby County Board of Education approves the purchase of David Jones Educational Solutions in the amount of $597,541.75 for computer hardware and Unistar Sparkle Computers Inc. for device deployment and asset tagging in the amount of $11,830 for exceptional education classroom teacher services provided and central office staff laptop devices. The total cost of this initiative is $609,371.75.
Seeing no lights. 9.4, approval Encina software course.
It is recommended that the Shelby County Board of Education approve the contract with the Insignia Software Corporation for a library automation system to enhance the district's resource management infrastructure pursuant to the request for proposal 011725LD. The 3-year term cost for the Insignia Library Automation System is $338,100.
No lights. 9.5, approval K-12 science textbook adoption.
Yes, Board Chair, it is recommended that the Shelby County Board of science textbook identified for adoption by the Memphis-Shelby County School Science Textbook Committee. This approval will ensure the district science textbooks are aligned with the state-approved textbook list to ensure high-quality science instructional materials are being implemented across MSCS. No cost.
Seeing no lights, excuse me. Board Member Hugh Garcia, I apologize.
On the slide, it said for implementation in 2024-2025 school year. These are, so will the textbooks, once adopted, will students be using the textbooks
Yes,
starting in the fall?
Yes, we budgeted to purchase textbooks for the fall.
And
Science.
what is the total cost? And will that come as a separate item, or is it just in the budget?
I think we've allocated $10 million of this.
Thank you very much.
9.6, Sheffield High School desktop computers and laptops.
Yes, Board Chair is recommending the Shelby County Board of Education approve the purchase of A&M Educational Solutions in the amount of $96,033.45 for computer hardware and Sparkle Computers Inc. for computer hardware deployment and asset tagging in the amount of $13,853 for Sheffield High School for the computer devices and deployment of hardware. The total cost is $109,886.45.
Seeing no lights, 9.7, approval, Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services, non-recurring infrastructure grant, contract amendment.
Board Chair is recommending the Shelby County Board of Education approve the amendment to contract 2024-0751 with the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. This amendment changes the contract end date from June 30, 2025 to June 30, 2026, with no change to the award amount of $236,908.
Vice Chair Love.
I have a question for you, Superintendent.
Yes.
How many students will be coming? How many students will be coming?
Dr. Whitelaw?
Thank you. All K-12 district schools are impacted, so we will be out working with all of our schools, but we have highlighted, and I can send you that information, schools with the highest number of crisis and emergency responses. We have a list of those schools. And also we have a list of the schools with the highest number of trauma-focused therapeutic sessions. So we do have that list available.
I have another question for you. Are all the students drug users?
Not all the students are drug users. This is a trauma-based program, so we will be definitely working, even though it's under the mental health and substance abuse services. This one deals with exactly to cover the cost of 12 months of clinical supervision and a 2-day training in the trauma-focused cognitive behavior therapy. So it could, but it's really focused on the trauma-focus.
Board Chair, let me also emphasize, at some point, my team and I will come before you all and talk to you all about the multi-tier system of support. I think it's important for you all to see how Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 students are supported. And Tier 1 is good first teaching. You could use this professional development to talk to students about in general, which could focus on all students around mental health and substance abuse. At Tier 2, you have more of a tailored support. And then at Tier 3, which would be students that are trying to speak to about drugs that may be seen doing drugs or had some mental health crisis. At a Tier 3 level, that would be intensive support. So during the work session, what I'd like the team to do, Dr. Whitelaw, and I've spoken to the team about this, we need to bring all of the supports that we have around, first of all, academics, and then behavior. That's what's meant by RTI²B, responsive intervention for academics and behavior. So we can talk to you all about the tier approach as some of our teachers receive this professional development support.
Yes, sir.
Board Member Kenny.
Sorry, I'm taking us back to 9.5, approval of the K-12 science textbook adoption. Just quickly, when we had our committee meeting on April 8th, we talked about the possibility of one-to-one devices and then licensing textbooks, and we talked about what the law states that we have to have a textbook for each student. Are we still looking into that and the possibility that we can possibly save some dollars if we're innovative about how we meet the criteria of the law, but also making sure that we can license some of these books for our students if we have one-to-one devices?
Yes, Board Member McKinney, thank you for that question. Yes, we can. As our leadership team knows, I know there's one contract, Canvas, we had last year Canvas. There was another contract in regards to textbooks being online that we did not bring before the board, and we'll be revisiting that contract along with Canvas around our online textbooks. Thank you.
Seeing no further lights. 9.8, approval, MOU Sandy Hook Plumbers and Student Experience Stop School Violence Grant.
Yes, Board Chair, it's recommended that Shelby County Board of Education approves the no-cost MOU with Sandy Hook Plumbers Foundation over a 3-year period. The MOU dates are May 15, 2025 through June 30th, 2028.
Seeing no lights. Excuse me, Vice Chair Love.
The same question, how many students would this take?
Board Chair Love, similarly to the other item. I'm sorry, Vice Chair Love, similarly to the last contract, we will take the same approach around Sandy Hook. But again, this is to provide professional development as well. And so, Dr. Whitehall, you want to add some additional context to this item?
Yes, thank you, Superintendent Richmond. Basically, we are talking about grades pre-K through 12, but our focus is on 6 through 12. So even though we're training all teachers, our focus will be on students in grades 6 through 12.
Thank you.
Seeing no further lights. 9.9, approval Treadwell Middle School laptops, desktop, teacher tablets, computer cards.
Yes, Chair Coleman. It is recommended for Shelby County Board of Education approve the purchase of Avery Jones Educational Solutions in the amount of $108,255.26 computer hardware and Unisoft Arco Computers Inc. for computer hardware deployment and asset tagging, and the amount of $20,313 for Treadwell Middle School for the computer devices and deployment of the hardware. The total cost is $128,568.20.
Seeing no lights. Board Member Murphy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Will the children be able to take the laptops home, or will those laptops remain in the classroom?
Good question, Board Member Murphy. We're still reviewing how we want to approach the one-to-one device. As we explained in the budget committee, in the budget community meeting, we're looking at possibly having a one-to-one device in pre-K through 8, but allowing the computers to remain at school. And whereas in grades 9 through 12, where they may have online courses, as well as access to textbooks, allowing those students to take the one-to-one devices home. But we're still looking at it because we want to look at what is sustainable going forward in regards to both repairing and replacing our computer devices.
One more question, follow-up question. Will those devices be insured?
All of our devices are issued.
Board Member Williams.
Is this limited only to the school that's listed here? And you are adopting the devices to be just at this school and this comes in there?
This particular purchase, Board Member Williams, is just for Treadwell Middle School.
What about the other schools?
We are purchasing computers for other schools. I want to say that this particular purchase is using our seed dollars. These seed dollars that we use, our school improvement grant dollars, which are via our priority schools.
So this will replace a textbook, is that correct?
No, sir. This is to replace computers. This is just to replace computers.
So it's not an instructional program, no?
No, these are just computers, laptops, desktops, and teacher tablets, and a computer card.
So I'm assuming that you have some form of determine whether need is for computers and students, whether they have been destroyed or taken or whatever. I'm sure there's a process that you follow to make sure that everybody has access to computers and students. So
Yes,
that's what they need.
yes, sir. Board Member Williams, we do, our instructional technology department assists with that.
And this does not replace the textbook.
No, sir, it's not.
Further lights, 9.10, approval of Vantage Learning LLC.
Yes, Board Chair Coleman is recommending the Shelby County Board of Education approve the contract and purchase of Vantage Learning LLC in the amount of $138,695. This is a web-based writing tool that is using prompt-driven exercises, media scoring, and feedback to enhance student writing through frequent practice and revision. It will be used in 21 of our priority schools, which were labeled SUP schools this past year.
9.11, approval of memorandum of understanding with Christian Rose University for economic local dual enrollment.
It is recommended that the Shelby County Board of Education approve the memorandum of understanding between the district and Christian Brothers University for the economics local dual credit opportunity at a cost of $25 per student engaging in the challenge exam for a total of $80,050.
9.12, charter authorization initial round.
It is recommended that Shelby County Board of Education adopt the denial of the following charter applications: Dream Captures Charter School, Hillcrest High School, Memphis Creative and Performing Arts Elementary, Kirby Middle School, and Still I Rise Academy.
Board Member Judy Garcia.
Will we get I know we had a brief presentation about it. I have like a few specific questions about the organizations behind some of these. Is this the best time to ask them, or we want to get them more? Okay. And where's Ms. Parker? And if this answer is in my packet, which I'm trying to find it, I think my questions are mostly around the new start schools. Dream Catchers Charter School and Still I Rise Academy are both sponsored by organizations I'm not familiar with. Is there background information about who those organizations are and what their mission and purpose is?
Yes, Board Member Garcia, Ms. Parker, please.
Yes, good evening, everyone. There is background information in your rubric in the governance section, which should be section 2.1. It outlines maybe some information that can provide you some answers to questions that you may have related to those particular applications. Additionally, all of those are two separate sponsors for those two new start schools. I will say that there is a connection to those two organizations.
That's very helpful. So between now and our board business meeting, I will do some further research. But generally, I think I am very concerned about the number of students that we are proposing in these. I know this is the first round, but looking at the work that we are doing to consider both the footprint and the educational environment of our existing schools, the fact that there are some ASP transition schools in here, I will say that I do not plan to approve any schools in this first round, and I hope that those who are considering an application look very hard at the feedback that we are giving, because these are, the case you need to make is that you can do this work better Memphis-Shelby County Schools. And we are looking at the data.
Board Member Murphy?
Clarity question. Now, we have 3 steps of doing this, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. There are 3 opportunities for an applicant to get approval, 2 at the local level, and then 1 at the appeals level with the commission.
So if they don't get approved at the local level, then they have to start over, or how does that work?
No, ma'am, so this is our first round. If they get denied, they get an opportunity to shore up their application, correct any deficiencies. They resubmit the application, we review it, then I bring back recommendations, our team, to you in July. Then the decision is made. If the decision is to deny in July, so then they can appeal to the Tennessee Public Charter School Commission. And then with that decision from the commission, that decision is the third and final decision for the applicant.
Thank you.
Board Member McKinney?
Thank you. Thank you for this robust package. Very thorough. May I make a suggestion for consideration? I know that we had you, and I want to thank staff publicly today for staying with us on April 8th for what, 5 hours, and going through all of these documents and all of our questions. Yeah, well, that's the word. That's the word. Anyway, if this does not pass and it comes back in July, that we have we're clear and have a good, because I know you're ready, that was a long time, presentation, so that everybody is clear about what the process is, because for many of us, this will be the first time that we're going through the process of looking at charter applications. So that would be very helpful. Dr. Lee.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Parker.
Board Member O'Shea?
Thank you, Board Chair Colvin. Ms. Taylor, thank you so much for the information. Just for clarity, because I know that you and I did have a conversation regarding charter schools and the reason for the denials were because there was a gap in information, correct? And, go ahead, sorry.
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
Correct. So many of them were submitting the applications, but they weren't fully fulfilled, and so they're going to need to resubmit, or can you just get clarification so we can have it on the record?
Yes, ma'am. So if the applications are denied in this initial round, they will have the opportunity to clear up any of those deficiencies. Just because they do have an opportunity, we can't say for certain that it's going to happen, but at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we give them the opportunity to provide the information that is needed for a very strong application, because those applications are binding documents on the district.
Absolutely. One other thing, just for the record, I know there's a presentation on Board Docs that has the guidelines that shows where there are deficiencies for each school.
That's correct.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll move on. 9.13, approve nutrition services cafeteria computer workstation replacement.
Yes, Board Chair Colvin is recommending Shelby County Board of Education approve the purchase order for the cafeteria computer workstation for Avery Jones Educational Solution in the amount of $184,680.75 for 175 computers. This includes the initial purchase of 87 computers and deployment services for $92,676.75. The additional $92,004 is for 88 computers. These computer deployment services will be provided by Unistar Sparko computers for $4,356.
9.14, purchase approval, Diligence Corp.
It's recommended Shelby County Board of Education approve the purchase order utilizing the Diligence Corporation contract 2025-0243 by increasing the total amount not to exceed $210,096. This includes the original amount of $89,460 plus an additional amount of $120,636 to complete services for the rest of the 24-25 school year.
9.15, purchase approval, nutrition services, warehouse Wi-Fi infrastructure.
Yes, it is recommended Shelby County Board of Education approves the purchase order for Zayo Education utilizing the contract with Educational Network of America 2023-1009 in the amount not to exceed $108,994.57 to purchase network access points, routers, and switches for the nutritional services dry and frozen warehouse.
Seeing no lights, 9.16 approval, Andrews Technology.
Yes, Board Chair, it's recommended Shelby County Board of Education approves the award and contract to Andrews Technology for $1,159,400 for the biometric automated time and attendance system. This initial service term is for 3 years in the amount of $943,720, with 2 additional 1-year options of $107,840. This is based on RFP 1222204 DEM.
Vice Chair Love.
Is this, contract
Mr. Munson or someone for procurement.
Thank you, Dr. Richmond. Thank you, Vice Chair. This is not a local known contract. This is a district-wide RFP that went out to replace our admin timekeeper contract. I do, for you, not have to serve the board, the value of talent RFP. We get the submissions from all of the people who bid on the contract, and then the wide variety of features we were looking for. Again, it's not locally, a local contract, but this is a 5-year contract. Again, it's for our 1,638 nutrition services workers who clock in and clock out, and this is a biometric system to keep their track of their time and their payroll.
Next question. Does this mean minority vendors, the threshold?
So this funding is from the USDA for federal funding. If you remember when we talked about the computers, one of the, we're now in our economic opportunity office going away from minorities and gearing towards small businesses now. However, when you're using federal funds, you can't gear it towards minorities because it's federal.
Board Member McKinney.
Dr. Richmond, I think Ms. Johnson brought up something that would be very helpful as we move forward with our procurement. If we could get those scoring so that it's transparent to public, not only to the public but also to us, so we'll spare you some of those questions because we can see it, and that would be helpful if we can do that.
Yes, thank you, Board Member McKinney. That's one of the things under my administration that I've talked to staff about doing. What I would like for us to do would possibly be to set a threshold because all of our items over $25,000 are bid on. So we may want to set a threshold. I know of maybe 3 things that are bid on that I know we're going to bring before the public so that it's extremely transparent as we make selections.
Seeing no further lights, 9.18 approval. 9.17 approval ICIMS applicant tracking system.
Yes, Board Chair, it's recommended that the Shelby County Board of Education approve a 1-year subscription renewal extension to ISIMS for a total cost of $220,709.95 effective September 1, 2025.
9.18 approval classic collision Bartlett.
It is recommended that the Shelby County Board of Education approves the contract with Classic Collision Bartlett in the amount of $175,000 for collision and mechanical repair to district and third-party vehicles when applicable. This shall be in accordance with RFP 012825MT.
Board Member Porter.
Thank you, Board Chair. How was this work getting done before? I was reading what it says we didn't have any service agreement with any auto body shop. How was auto body work getting done before?
Yes, Mr. Langston. Was that you, Council Davis?
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent. Thank you for the question. Jared, Ms. Rudolph, with our risk management team, can answer that question.
Yes, thank you for your question. We were having the work done, not under contract, and so we wanted to make sure that we were protecting the district with a contract.
Okay, because my previous question was answered, but I do think it would be transparent if we get it, because what funding bodies is running?
It's,
Okay. Yeah, so we can get the RFPs, see what we get. And I know we can do local now. I know it's going to require now we're in the local and city.
Yes, sir. And I can actually answer that question for you. We actually only have one in this contract.
Okay.
And we sent it out twice.
Right. Thank you.
9.19, approve devices voucher.
Yes, Board Chair, it's recommended Shelby County Board of Education approve the purchase of 172 devices in the amount of $120,745.72 for each location within MSCS. They have a designated device for the use of the Rapid Visitor Management System.
Vice Chair Love.
What all comes with the lecture system?
Thanks for that question, Vice Chair Love. Mr. Langston or Mr. Baroa, please.
So, thank you, Dr. Reason, thank you, Vice Chair Love. So, the Raptor system is just a system that we use to monitor our visitors when they come into our school system or even the district. It is going to scan to see if they have any deficiencies as far as sexual in nature, because they can't be around students if they do so. If it's flagged that they do, and they're not able to visit or go inside our schools or even our district locations. So that's what the Raptor system is.
I know what the Raptor system includes. Is a computer.
Yes, ma'am. So this is just replacing. Every school location has a computer that the Raptor software
Are
is
they
on.
working?
Ma'am,
Are they working?
all of them are working, but they're extremely outdated. This is replacing everyone that's at our school location, because a lot of these computers are 9, 10 years old. This purchase replaces everyone at their school, at the school location. Yes, ma'am.
And also, Board, Vice Chair Love, we also use it as a way for employees to sign in when they're visiting schools. So if ever we need to go and verify if the employee was at school, and it's supposed to be on a specific time, we can use Rapid.
Board Member Porter.
Yeah, just a quick question. So when I was in the district, we used refurbished computers to upload the software. Upload the Rapid software to the computer. So now this agreement is saying we're going to spend money to buy new computers to and upload the software for Rapid computers. Am I correct?
Yes, and working with our schools, being that this is somewhat of a district mandate, we decided to purchase at least one computer system or one computer device for those schools instead of the schools having to purchase.
And so is it going through the R. Jones company or is it what companies are we purchasing computers from? Is that the catalog?
What's the time frame for having all these in our schools?
Mr. Baroa, can you give us a time frame for when the license should be back. Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Elliott.
That's okay. Good evening, board members. So we plan to have it for every school based on the need to have it before school starts. So we're going to start off with the schools who computers are not working efficiently, and then we're going to go through a list. We have a list and we're going to go by to make sure all the schools have them.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Elliott.
No further comments or questions. 9.20, approval Holland and Knight LLP.
It is recommended that Shelby County Board of Education approves an amendment to its contract with Holland and Knight LLP for legislative consulting services, extending the contract period from June 30th, 2025 to September 30th, 2025, with no change to the previous approved total cost of $108,000.
9.21, approval Richland Elementary School APS Engineering Incorporated.
Yes, it is recommended that Shelby County. It is recommended that Shelby County Board of Education award the contract to APS Engineering Inc. in the amount of $163,500 for the drainage system design of the Richland Elementary School site. Shout out to Richland Elementary.
Board member Hewitt Garcia.
Interim superintendent, I understand that we put a temporary solution out there and they were actually testing it, like flooding it, so, and that they were working out some things. Do you know if the temporary solution is in place while we get the design underway and get the permanent long-term fix? Is that working? Is this working?
Yes, Board Member Garcia, this school is not here this evening, but I think the temporary solution is working.
Okay.
One temporary solution we used during the storm a couple of weeks back was using a lot of sandbags. That worked, it didn't work to perfection, but I think it worked well, and now we've actually put another intervention in place.
Yeah, I think what we did, we were actually done a temporary trench and have had movers out there and sort of a short-term version of what we're trying to do here in a professional design, but I just wanted to make sure that we're keeping our schools dry.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Board member McKinney.
I just want to say thank you, Dr. Richmond and team, for getting something done that I think you made us aware that this has been an issue for administration. And so thank you for getting that done.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you all.
9.22, donation accepted. John Roberts Estate to Central High School.
Yes, it is recommended that the Shelby County Board of Education approves a donation of $26,595.82 for John Roberts Estate awarded to the Central High School to be used for track scholarship program.
Okay, I gotta say it. The Central High School. Okay, she's like, the Central High School. Board member McKinney.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to thank the Roberts family for that generous gift. He coached and taught in Memphis City Schools for 35 years, and so we're just very appreciative that in his state that he will remember Central High School in our school district. So it's going to take thank you for that.
9.23, donation acceptance, Craigmont High School Marching Band Booster Club to Craigmont High School.
Yes, Board Chair is recommended that the Shelby County Board of Education approves a one-time donation of $27,783 from Craigmont High School's Marching Band Booster Club awarded to Craigmont High School to be used for band transportation.
Board Member Kenny?
I just want to say on behalf of myself and Board Member Love, thank you to the Marching Band Booster Club for this generous donation of $27,000. I'm just going to keep boasting about that band. That band is phenomenal. And I want to, again, I can't say enough about the school leadership and his band director who has built that band to 100, marching 100, right? And so I want to say thank you and for that donation to the Craig Run.
Congratulations to the Craig Run. Moving right along. Got all my D's correct. 9.24, grant acceptance, Shriners International.
Yes, it's recommended that the Shelby County Board of Education approves grant acceptance of $17,433 from the Shrine Schools benefactor, Shriners International, to be used for the purchase of furniture for the conference room and multi-purpose room at Shrine Schools.
On behalf of Shrine School, these Shrine Schools in District 9, we thank you. We had 2 items added for discussion. 9.25, the Goodwill Excel expansion. Yes, 9.25.
Yes, Board Chair Coleman and board members, I wanted to bring this item for discussion. As you all know, we had some discussion in our recent committee meeting, and I think we also had some discussion during last month's work session around Goodwill Excel and reverter in regards to Hollywood Promise. And so I wanted to bring that before you all. One reason, the top reason, is for our students who are at Hollywood Promise. Those students need to know if their school is going to be open or not. And one of the things is that that particular building is under contract to be sold to Goodwill Excel. But all of those things are interconnected as it relates to Goodwill Excel purchasing the building from Hollywood Promise, those students possibly being reassigned to another school, and Goodwill Excel being approved for 2 new zip codes, 38134 and 38108. So I wanted us to just have that discussion. And so at this time, Board Chair, I turn it over to you and the board members.
Board Member McKinney.
Just to be clear, so this is in District 2. To be clear, we're going to be talking, you're asking us for 2 things. One is to waive the right of reverter for promise to sell the building to Goodwill.
Yes.
Okay. And then the second one is to expand Goodwill's zip code by 2, 38107, 381, whatever.
38108.
Okay, so that is what you would like for us to, and I think we had that discussion during the board committee, and I think that we were all on board with that. I think, so I would just recommend that we put it on for the board meeting, or if we needed to do it, do we need to do it sooner? Or do we need it Tuesday sufficient?
I think at this point, Tuesday would be sufficient unless the board is prepared to hold a special call meeting this week. Okay, we will add it to the agenda for the regular board meeting.
They're connected. Okay, so that's my recommendation that we put 9.25 and 9.26 on for Tuesday.
Board Member Hewitt Garcia.
Thank you. I know we had a lot of discussion around, I know we me, it's a continuing to educate adults in Shelby County benefits children. When you have educated adults who have opportunities in the home, this is it's our obligation to invest in this, and so I would enthusiastically ask my colleagues to support this, and I would really like to learn from what we're doing here and how that is impacting economic and social mobility for adults and how that impacts our students. So what we can learn here and improve this and improve that partnership, I'm excited to support this.
Board Member Murphy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I agree with Commissioner Garcia that if we educate our parents are able to help with our children, and it's a good thing. So I'm with Commissioner Garcia with that this is a good thing that we need to do. Commissioner McKinney had already answered my question, so we'll just put it down for Tuesday. Thank you.
Board Member Oversight.
Thank you, Chair. My question was answered as well. I echo Board Member Garcia. Definitely support our parents. The more support we give our parents, the more they support the children. So, thank you.
Okay, so the first thing that we have to talk about is if we are willing to sell the building. That will be our first discussion item. We have this two-part, okay? So just break it down. We said it. And then the second part would be the expansion. Right, okay, so we'll bring those up Tuesday, okay? So we'll add those to the agenda item for Tuesday. Okay.
I suggest you make a compound motion to do this and this.
On Tuesday, right, on Tuesday. General Counsel Bailey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is a point of clarity. The question before the board is not whether to sell the building, but it's whether to waive the reversionary clause in the deed for the sale. So if you recall, there's a clause in the deed that allows the property to revert back to the board. What Promise Academy and Goodwill are asking us is to waive that reversionary clause so that they can retain possession of the building and then sell it to Goodwill itself.
That's the superintendent to make sure something that is clear that goes to this vote on your website.
Yes, sir.
We're now on to board items. 10.1, resolution approval teacher bonus provision. Board Member Garcia.
Thank you, Chair. We talked about this in committee, on the board docs for the public to see. Is not only the resolution, but accompanying language from the Tennessee Department of Education. I will go ahead and read this resolution. And then we had, I believe, Board Member Ote wanted to sign on to this as well. I don't see her name on it.
I wanted to sign on to
Okay. Oh, we both wanted to sign on. Would anyone not like to be on this? Okay. I'm going to read the most popular resolution into the record time. So, a resolution of the Shelby County Board of Education affirming intent to participate in the teacher bonus provisions of the Education Freedom Act of 2025. Whereas the Shelby County Board of Education, hereafter referred to as the board, is responsible for governing the public school system and ensuring the well-being of all students under its educational directives. And whereas the board has consistently expressed opposition to school voucher programs and the redirection of taxpayer dollars intended for public education to private institutions. And whereas despite widespread opposition from local education agencies or LEAs, the Tennessee School Board Association, and many Tennessee residents, the Tennessee General Assembly passed the Education Freedom Act of 2025 during the first extraordinary session of the 114th General Assembly. And whereas the act includes a provision granting a one-time bonus in an amount that is no less than $2,000 to each teacher employed in kindergarten through grade 12 or K-12 public school in this state for the 2024-2025 school year. And whereas Section 4 of the Education Freedom Act stipulates that a local board of education must first adopt a resolution affirming that the LEA would like to participate in the provision of the act providing teacher bonuses. Therefore, be it resolved that the Shelby County Board of Education affirms its intention to participate in Section 4 of the Education Freedom Act of 2025 for the sole purpose of securing these one-time payments for public school teachers. This resolution is strictly limited to Section 4 of the Act. It should not be interpreted as an endorsement or approval of any of the provisions within the legislation. Sponsored by Board Member Amber Hewitt-Garcia, District 8, Board Member Madeline McKinney, District 2, Board Member Stephanie Love, District 3, Board Member Keith Williams, District 6, Board Member Sable Ote, District 5, and then
Board Member Michelle McKissick, District 1.
Board Member Tamar Murphy, District 7. Board Member Joyce Cole, District 9.
Y'all like sentences ready? Board report. District 4.
y'all, we can't struggle with unity here. We are, the full board is supporting this, and we'll see it on the consent agenda next week. Thank you.
Thank you. 10.2, resolution approving, implementation of comprehensive facilities plan. Board Member McKinney.
Thank you, Chair Coleman. This is a resolution. Do you want me to read this in, or I can summarize it? Would you like me to summarize it?
You can summarize it tonight, but it has to be read next week. Okay?
Okay. All right. Well, today I will summarize it. This is a resolution reaffirming our commitment to using our facilities in a way that supports student achievement, equity, and fiscal responsibility. It directs the administration to present a comprehensive facilities plan by September 1, 2025, informed by current building assessments and aligned with our strategic priorities. To guide this work, we're establishing an ad hoc facilities planning committee made up of board members, local government, planning experts, and community representatives. Their charge includes reviewing and guiding the plan, ensuring robust community engagement, aligning the board policies and budget planning, exploring the feasibility of a joint construction authority, providing quarterly progress reports. The resolution also calls for a public posting of the Bureau Veritas facility condition assessment and a review of related board policies to reflect best practices. Finally, it directs the administration to collaborate with our community engagement committee on a comprehensive outreach strategy so that our students, families, and communities have a real voice in this process from start to finish. This is sponsored by myself, District 2, and Board Member Amber Hewitt-Garcia, District 6. Do I have that right? 8, I'm sorry, District 8. Thought I could remember. District 8.
Board Member Hewitt-Garcia.
Thank you. I've already signed on. I think one of the important things I want to make sure, once we pass this next week, there's a, what Board Member McKinney pointed out, we've done a comprehensive facility condition assessment. Once we've adopted this resolution, where will that information be posted for the public to access? Superintendent.
Mr. Mason, can you share where we'll post it? Because I know there's a lot of pages, so.
It's pretty complicated. So most of our buildings, just for the public, are over 50 pages. A lot of them are 60 pages. It's very thorough.
Yeah, we discussed it a little today. We're just trying to see, again, where we can post it with it being such a large document.
I was curious if it's on $4,000 worth.
So thank you, Dr. Richmond, members of the board. As been stated before, we're talking about over 170 assessments, some over 100 pages. My recommendation is we'll work with the school and I work with IT to possibly do links. I think it would be more efficient than to just put pages out there for people to click on links and then they can download by school. level, and we can send out some communication of what it looks like. I know people have been asking, it'll be a part of our education, but as far as the landing page, we'll be with IT, and if it meets the board's approval, you can give us a next Tuesday, and we can have incentive where we can place it.
Yeah, certainly I wouldn't expect it to be up before we direct that action, but I guess if I'm the listening public, I want to know, okay, when will I expect to see that, Mike? I will take a look at it, and first thing I did was look at my baby's school, so thank you.
Yes, Board Member Garcia, we started today in Cabot, going over the resolution and going over the timeline so that we'll be able to meet the expectations.
Board Member Murphy?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Commissioner McKinney, I don't know if you got my email, but I wanted to sign on. I did respond, but you got it.
I'm like, but thank you.
Board Member
Yeah, Coleman, I'd like to sign on as well.
Vice Chair Love?
Superintendent, have you devised a plan for each one of our districts for us to see the plan?
We have preliminarily started to look, and we've started to kind of map out some timelines, but we haven't totally put together a comprehensive plan because I want to align everything that we're doing with the resolution, which calls for us to have community input. So we have again started to look at facilities that may be vacant, maybe boarded up, properties that we've been bringing to you all, schools that are underutilized, some of the schools with high FCIs. We've started to look at some preliminary stuff, but again, we don't want to get ahead of the board, and we do want to be inclusive in regards to our approach, much like what the resolution is outlined.
I'm asking, before you put this on the internet, to have a conversation with the public.
Yes, Vice Chair Love, we will, and again, we are going to follow the resolution. If everyone is signing on to the resolution, we will indeed follow to the letter, as well as have these individual conversations with you all on board.
Thank you. I would like to sign.
Signing on. Board Member King?
I just wanted to reiterate that this is just us documenting our discussion during our board retreat about how we bring the community along in this process. We have a lot of facilities, and we have a lot of facilities that need a lot of work. As I said before, and all of us know, average age of our buildings is 64 years old, and I have one of them that is like 9 years shy of being 100 years old and overcrowded. So we absolutely need to think about what this looks like in our community in terms of the footprint, but also in terms of how we work with community to prioritize and set criteria. So I appreciate the superintendent and administration coming with us, along with us, to do the education piece, as well as the participation in how we even approach it. So thank you very much, and thank you to the board members that are going on.
Michelle McKenzie, please add my name. Thank you.
All the resolutions have the full support of the board tonight.
Tomorrow's 47. That is obvious.